That's right. It is time for hands up, hands up, hands up. Let's get started on our Math Minute this morning. We are on Math Minute 58. Technically, it's morning for you, evening for me. This is Midnight Kitchen Math. We're on Math Minute 58. Make sure that you got your tools. Make sure you're ready to go. And let's get her up. What we have, pull this up, see how many I can get up here. Woo, 5. That's not bad tonight. So number 1, let's get started right away. Number 1 says if A equals 1.2 and B equals 10, then AB equals what? This problem, what color am I gonna use right now? Let's go red. And what are we gonna do with the cap, everybody? So Miss Cheer doesn't fidget, we're gonna throw it in the other room. Ooh, that one was pretty far. All this stuff is important. A equals 1.2, B equals 10. This is our problem. Our problem is A, B equals what? Here's the other thing about this, is we got to figure out what's holding those together. And those of you that have been with kitchen math since the beginning, you know that you have a choice of adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. When you have two variables stuck together, it is, say it out loud, make me happy, let me hear it from home. Multiplication. If you have two variables stuck together, this is what it really looks like. It looks like A times B, just like that. What we have to do next is we have to replace the A with the number. Then we replace the B with the other number. They like to make these problems so interesting. And this problem is already interesting because there's two ways to solve this problem after doing the beginning part. So if we take our tools out and we open up our photo math, sorry, I didn't have my photo math open because I did have that like turkey sandwich that I told you I was gonna have, and I called my mom. She says hi, by the way. So the first thing we could do is 1.2 times 10. 1.2 times 10 equals 12. So we know that that's the correct answer. But let's keep looking at this. We also could have looked at the decimal point and moved that, because this, all we're doing is timesing by 10, 100, 1,000, whatever. This 0 tells you how many decimal point movements you're going to use. And right here, here's your decimal point. If it's times, it's going to go times is that way. Divide is this way. So we have 1, 0. So we move the decimal point 1 to the right. And if we move it 1 to the right, it moves to be right there, and we have 12 again. So either way, it would have been correct. There's always more than one way to do a math problem. Always more than one way. Every time I hear a teacher say that, I want to kick them. I suppress that because that's a negative behavior, and we have to make good choices. But I do. I just want to kick them. Number 2, if 12 over 100 equals what over 50? They're trying to confuse you if you are a photo math user. If you are a photo math user, what you have to do with this is put the fraction 12 over 100 equals, if there is a blank here and you don't know it, what else is that called? A variable. So all you need to do is, if you don't know it, put a letter. So we'll just put a random letter. Our random letter will be D. Sorry, I gotta put that in a fraction form. My random letter will be D. And then the number below that will be 50. So we know that that equals 6, based on photo math. That this up here, the question mark will equal 6. But how do we figure that out in general? Like how, if we wanted to do it the coronavirus way, in the long way, without our tools, how would we figure that portion out? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to look at what happened between the 100 and the 50. What did they do? What function did they do to reduce that down? Well, I'll figure it out. What numbers are we going to use to drop? We have to reduce the fraction, right? So we use the magic numbers. We use the 2s, we use the 3s, and we use the 5s. We can't use the 5s because of the 12. Because 12, you can't divide that evenly. So that magic number is out. And we can use the 3s and the 2s on the 12, but we can't use the 3 on the hundreds because we can't divide 100 by 3 because it's an even number. So that one's out. So we got to do it by 2s. So we divide that 100 by 2, and what do we get? We take 100. Do your calculations. I'm going to ask parents, and I've asked a couple parents, and the couple I did ask, we're actually doing the calculations, so keep it up. Those who are not, I'm looking at you. So we take that 100 and we divide it by 2 and we get 50. So we already know that this is 100. To the bottom, what they did was 100 divided by 2. So if I divide the bottom by 2, I have to divide the top by 2. I cheated. I put the answer down by accident. The top by 2. And when it's 12 divided by 2, try it one more time just to make sure, because Miss Cheer makes mistakes all the time. That's how we learn. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So this answer is absolutely, positively correct. List the factors of 24. We gotta ask her. We gotta ask her because we gotta use our tools. Alexa, what are the factors of 24?
24's factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24.
Clever. Alexa, thank you.
You're welcome, Laura. Have a good night.
You too. I'll keep asking you stuff. Don't you worry. These ones are a lot of factors. The best way to do this particular problem is to actually ask Alexa because it's going to take you a while to get through all of them. But just in case, since it's Corona Math, we can do a little bit of it. So the first thing we're going to do is 24 divided by 1 is 24. So these two are factors. 1, boom. 24 divided by 2. And that is 12. Let's check it because, Miss Cheer could make mistakes. It's 12. I'm correct. 24, keep going, 24 divided by 3. This is how you find the factors, and it works every single time. And this is 8. Whoops, I forgot 2 already. Boom, boom. And now these two are factors. Excellent. So 24 divided by 4. And it's okay. It is absolutely okay, guys, to take the time necessary to do the problem right. Yes, this does take longer, but if you have no other choice than do it this way, then do it this way. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So this one and this one. Now Alexa tells us we don't have any more. So let's just do a couple just to see. So if we do 24 divided by, because remember, we're up the only one we don't have, because remember, what numbers do we have so far? 1 and 24. 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. So once we got to 4 and 6, the only one in between those numbers we haven't gotten yet is 5. And I'll tell you that right now. If I did that in a calculator, that's a mess. A total and utter garbage mess. So we're done. That's how you figure out factors. You just divide the number going through your multiplication table backwards and figure out what the factors are. It's perfect. I gotta give Math Minutes credit. They are consistent. They are consistently irritating. This one here, they're totally screwing with you. 100%, no doubt. No matter which way you do this problem, and there are multiple ways of doing this problem, it's still obvious what the answer is. And if you don't know the obvious answer, it's gonna freak you out. You have 0 out of 100 tries. If we're going to make that into a fraction, it will look like this. You put the top number as the parts, bottom number as the second number after the little colon. 0 out of 100 is 0. As soon as you see a 0 here or see a 0 here, the answer is always going to be 0, guys. Always. It's a law of zeros. If you see a 0 on the top of a fraction, it's always 0. If you see a 0 at the beginning of a probability, it's always 0. If you see a 0 and a percent is 0. You have nothing. There's an absence of something. There's nothing there. Remember that. It's a good key. It helps you get through simple problems like this. Once you know this one, you get through really quickly. You're going to look at that and say, Cheer, why didn't they put the word simplify next to it? Why? Why didn't they do it? They didn't do it because the big number is on the top instead of being at the bottom. So this one is just a flat out, easy division problem. So you take the top number, you put this becomes divide, take the bottom number. That's it. So then you go ahead and you do 14 divided by 2 equals, say it, 7. So here we go. First 5, all done. You feeling tough? I'm feeling tough. I'm feeling smart. Feeling ready. What I'm gonna do? Oh, I wasted some at the top. Oh no! All right, let's see. We're gonna do this without making my head explode. All right, so we're gonna go backwards like this and see if this will work better. I got my tape already out because I've already taped one Math Minute tonight. So I'm gonna do 3 tonight so that I can finish out the week. I'm gonna put this back up. Whoa. Put it back down. Down, children. All right. That is a little weird. It sticks to the wall, but other than that, it's not bad. As I press this down, I doubt that I get the pencil all the way in there. So, not going to get them all in. But that's okay. I'm going to make it work. You and we will work this out and make this work together. Square root of 36. We can do this. If we do it into our photo math, you go ahead and you put the square root button first, and then you put the number 3, 6. And our photo math has this as 6. I'm going to put this high up here, not because I'm just trying to save room on the paper. So we know that the answer is 6, but how do we do it the coronavirus way? How do we do it the long way without our tools? All right. So what you can do is it similar to the problems above. You can go ahead and do all of your division going down until you find both of these numbers on either side of the equal sign that match. That's pretty fun. It's like a game. Like being a detective. So 36 divided by 2. What's 36 divided by 2? 36 divided by 2. What is it? You should be doing these calculations with me. Next one is 36 divided by 3. Do those numbers match yet? Nope. Don't match yet. These two match? These two match? These two match? Not there yet. Keep going. Let's keep going. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Still not there. Keep going. Ooh, this one has a decimal. We know that is not correct. But it's getting close. You can see it. Oh, look! Match, match. When both numbers match on either side of the equal sign, when you do the division for the square root, you got the answer. Not square root, not square root, not square root, not square root, not square root. See? They match. Square root. It's perfect. Good for us. Circle the answer that shows the length of this pencil. We've gone over this. We did this exact same problem yesterday. Here's the pencil. It's over here, by the way. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a pencil. You guys know what pencils look like. A is 5 centimeters. B is 25 centimeters. C is 50 centimeters. And D is 75 centimeters. I do not have a meter stick. I did not have time to steal one when I went back to the schools last week. So here is our semi-meter stick. So here you go. This is my Swiffer right here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you what the types of centimeters look like. So let me take the top off of this. Okay, cool. So we're gonna try our best. So I'm gonna show you what these are. So on this, the first one is 5 centimeters. Okay, that's like a starting mark. This is about 5 centimeters. Okay, so this little bit here. All right, 25 centimeters is about this long. Yeah? 50 centimeters is about this long. And 75 centimeters is over here where my coffee pot is. So which one is it definitely not going to be? It's definitely not going to be 75 centimeters. It's not. It's just, the pencil is not going to be. If it's going to be that long, it's going to be like writing with a broom. So no. 50 centimeters. That's long. I mean, are you really going to write with a pencil this long? No. 25 centimeters. It's still pretty long. I would accept B if you kind of got confused and you're kind of guessing. I kind of accept B, but there's a definite better answer. 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters is a much more reasonable amount for a pencil. So our answer is A. Perfect. These ones are ones you're just gonna have to visualize. We gotta use our imaginations. It's kind of like that lady in the Magic School Bus, Miss Frizzle. You gotta just use your imagination. Sometimes that's all you got to work with, and you gotta make it work. So let's try to squeeze down. Oh, I can do that. All right, we got this. We're on number 9. Oh no, we're number 8 technically. Sorry guys. Number 8. Here is we have 4 squared. When I put this into my photo math, 4 squared, I get the answer of 16. Let's do it the longer way. Here's our base. Our base is 4. How many times, just so you guys, in case you can't see it because I have scribbles right there. This is our base. This is what number we're going to write down. This is how many times we're going to write it down. So we have 4, because we're going to write it down twice. Now, what do I do in between those numbers? When it comes to exponents, what's the function? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Multiply. I knew a lot of you would know that. Great. Now get your calculators out. Make sure you check it. We know that's how to set up the problem. So 4 times 4, 16. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, here's some more word problems. You got to listen hard. 4 feet is equal to how many inches? You know who would answer this problem very well? My girl. Alexa, how many inches is in 4 feet?
4 feet is 48 inches.
Boom. That was so cool that I was like, bah. Now let's do it the long way. 4 feet, so we got 4 feet. If we're going to be changing from a big unit, because 4 feet are bigger than inches. Inches are smaller, feet are bigger. 4 feet into inches is going to be what? Alexa, how many inches are there in a foot?
1 foot is 12 inches.
All right. All right, so I know that I have 12. I know I have 12 inches in a foot. I know that I'm dealing with 4 feet. What function am I going to do to get my answer? Add? No. Subtract? No. Multiply? Or divide? When we have 2 groups and we're adding in groups, we have 4 of them and they are groups of 12. We are timesing. When we're adding groups, it's times. When it is just adding individual things or individual measurements, it's adding. So this is times. So go ahead and set your problem up. 4 times 12 equals 48. Do they match? Yes, but this one doesn't have as much style. This one up here had a lot of style. This one, not as much style, which is okay. We all can't be stylish all the time. Write 23 thousandths as a decimal. So we gotta write 23 thousandths. Up, magic key right there. Anytime you see the letters on the end of a word, THS, and we're talking about numbers, that means it's a decimal number. All right? That's what that means. The THS means decimals. 23. So I know that, and I'm running out of room down here. I literally have this much paper left. So I'll put it right here. 23. But I gotta figure out where the decimal point's gonna go. So if we look up here, so let's just make a fake one. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna make a fake decimal. All right, so right here. You gotta figure out what place that thousandths is. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So how many places does it have to be away from the decimal? Ooh, 3. Here's 1 place. Here's 2 places. There's 3 places. There's my decimal point. What do I put in? What? Oh, but I'm missing a number. Oh, I'm missing a number. So what number am I gonna put in there? It's gonna hold the place value. So what number do I put in? What number do I put in? 0. That'll hold your place. So this will be the 10th digit, 100th digit, 1000th digit. And they tried to trick you because they wanted to make sure that you put that place value 0 in there. Placeholder. So that looked good. That felt good, guys, didn't it? Yeah. I think I'm getting used to this math at night thing. This is nice. Okay. Well, I gotta go find my pen cap. And I got one more to videotape tonight, but you really should only be watching one of these every day. I didn't realize that my videos were binge worthy. Because the vast majority of you, I talk to your parents and you're already done watching all the playlists and I just put them up. So do me a favor, math minutes, you should be watching 1 math minute a day. And now that I'm able to upload them all at one, like in one part, then just watch the 1 math minute a day. Unless I'm really that binge worthy, and then you may feel free. You guys have a beautiful night. I will see you tomorrow for our last math minute of the week. Stay safe, stay healthy.